going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here. In today's video, we're going to do a first look crypto hardware wallet review on the OneKey Touch. Let's jump right into it. What I want to touch on here and why I haven't touched on this before is this is a hardware wallet that came out 6 to 12 months ago. This is primarily focused in the Asian markets and it's not so relevant to us here in the United States. But I did want to go ahead and cover it since it was brought up to me as a request, and I wanted to kind of briefly touch on this. I'll do a full unboxing and review on this one shortly as well, but I wanted to cover what this hardware wallet was, what it has to offer, what makes it different than other crypto hardware wallets that are out there sort of in this mid-tier price range, and we'll go from there. Again, this is called the OneKey Touch. OneKey is a company based out of Hong Kong. They've been around officially since 2020, but they started releasing wallets about a year ago. They got 3 or 4 different wallets in the lineup, and if you guys want to see more after this one, this is their flagship called the OneKey Touch. And honestly, it kind of just reminds me of like an iPhone or something more Apple-esque in terms of its aesthetic, in terms of its design. I really wanted to kind of touch on some of the security parts of this, the coin support, which is actually quite impressive, and whether or not this is a wallet that you should maybe consider if you don't already have one. One of the kind of key features here, and obviously the very first thing that we'll cover here is the price here of $249. That's about, I would call a mid-tier wallet. It's not quite an entry-level wallet. It's not a high-end wallet. It's somewhere in the middle, especially for a touchscreen device. Looking at it here, you'll see that it kind of just looks like generally like an iPod Touch. It's also very similar to the ZEC Nifty in terms of the way it looks and the terms of the way it feels. If we kind of go down and take a quick look at it here, this one has a 3.1-inch true color touchscreen display, fully bright. You can fully tap it, touch it, interact with it just like any other type of touchscreen similar display. This does have one of the best multi-chain wallets, and it connects with a lot of third-party wallets. So this one, in terms of coin support, is really well connected. And think of any blockchain, any token, any coin on any major network, and this is probably going to have you covered. Just for some context, the reason that I didn't cover this sort of earlier is this company, or this product rather, started out as just an online hot wallet, desktop wallet, web wallet, that kind of thing. And then they decided to expand into crypto hardware wallets. And this is a software or portfolio manager for crypto that started in Asia. They're based out of Hong Kong. Never quite branched into the American markets, but there's been people that have been asking me for this, and this isn't typically something that I go into as every other type of desktop or hot wallet, since I strictly focus on security, hardware, cold storage, and cold wallets. But that's how this started, and they've released a lineup of crypto hardware wallets. Now, in terms of its compatibility, in terms of the way that it works, like I said, it covers very broad and very well-connected coin support. It is an open source wallet. So because this is an open source wallet, it connects with a lot of open source third-party wallets, namely MetaMask. So essentially any coin or token that MetaMask supports will be supported by this hardware wallet. They did open source the Trezor web wallet, even though Trezor moved away from their web wallet and they moved on to their desktop wallet specifically. Being on and connected and have third-party support for Electrum, Bitcoin Core, Nano Wallet, Ether Wallet, Sparrow Wallet. This has a lot of integrations, which is one of its key strengths, being that not only are all these wallets open source, but this hardware wallet and its code, meaning the software, the firmware, and everything that is included in it is open source, which we'll take a look at here in just a second. So again, their main selling point is it's open source, it's transparent, it's beginner friendly, and it has tamper-proof labels, basically very similar to Trezor in that regard. Now, there's one thing I really want to touch on in terms of open source that's been a lot of misconceptions and a lot of buzzwords surrounding open source, meaning open source automatically equals good, closed source automatically equals bad. So open source simply just means that the code is transparent and it's available for everyone to see. That does not mean necessarily that it's a more secure wallet than a closed source wallet or really any other wallet from that matter. Open source is really only as strong as the people that are monitoring it, disclosing bugs, interacting with it, and the overall engagement of that code. So the more people that are interacting or have eyes on the open source in a particular project, and in this case, if there's a lot of people on this, it's going to make it a lot stronger. Just like the stronger it is on Trezor reporting bugs, reporting firmware rollouts, any updates or things like that. As a community, it's going to make this a lot stronger and a lot easier trust, because there's so many people in the community that have a stake in it working well and being a lot more secure. So I just wanted to put that out there and cover that as well. Like I mentioned, primarily it's going to cover every ETH or ERC20 token, BSC or BEP20 token, and as well as the HECO chains. And there's a full list. I won't go into it here, but it does cover all the major blockchains. So if there's a specific coin or token that you're interested in, I'll leave a link down in the description for this if you're curious. This is a wireless, but it is a Bluetooth device. But it also has a USB-C port, so you can use the desktop application. They have a web application. They have a browser extension application. So they have multiple ways to interact and use this device. And obviously the hardware is the signing device. So if you want to use it wirelessly, they have a mobile app, desktop app, web app, everything that I've just covered here. It does have a CCEAL5 Plus security element chip that they've disclosed here, and all the stats and all the compatibility and all that kind of stuff is listed here. Now on their page here, where it talks about sort of why most people want to use OneKey, or sort of their sales pitch is, obviously it's open source. They want to make sure that the software and the firmware is available for everyone to see. That is a bonus, that they're transparent. They're not hiding anything. Again, just refer to my last disclaimer about security. You want to check how many people are actively in the GitHub, how often they're updating, commenting, rolling out new features, squashing bugs, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. Like I mentioned, it does have a secure element chip. Not all of their wallets have a secure element chip, but this one does. So that makes it, as far as where the private keys are generated and stored, that does make it theoretically more secure. However, again, there is a potential that secure element chips may have a backdoor from the manufacturer, government, other larger entities as well. So keep that in mind. Typically, they are more secure than not having a secure element chip, so sort of pick your poison in that regard. But you just want to be careful and understand the difference between secure element chip and non-secure element chips, and the trade-offs and the risk between all of them. Overall, I would say a secure element chip is stronger and is more secure in most cases, 99% of them. Obviously, they're referring to the security element chip that they use here, and they give you the version that they're using. And obviously the hardware wallet is the signing device, and they use a software that allows you to, similar to what SecuX has, where it will let you know if you're about to interact with a DApp or interact with a smart contract or interact with something that potentially has malicious code or malicious intent, any histories, and it will prompt you and let you know of it before signing, so you don't accidentally sign and, you know, expose yourself to a scam or a security vulnerability or anything like that, which I think is obviously pretty noble and pretty cool. They have all the certifications. They use an ultrasonic welding process, which most hardware wallets use now in their manufacturing, which is great, which means someone can't tamper with it and have you not know about it. It says here they have an EAL6 certification. I have to get some clarity and get back to you on if that refers to the overall firmware and independent third-party audits of the certification. This does not mean that the security element chip is EAL6 plus, because I already looked up the chip, it's EAL5 plus. So just like, for example, Ngrave has an EAL7 certification, which is the world's highest. This is EAL6, and I believe this is referring to its firmware and software code, but I will get back to you in confirmation on that once I do the unboxing video. They do have a developer guide, which gives you access to all the GitHub repos, gives you access to all the APIs, everything that they're doing, they're being very transparent about, which I really, really like. Hardware, software development kit, all of the different supported chains, the DApps. It gives you access to, if you're a developer or if you're someone that wants to connect to it, they give you a lot of information that not a lot of other crypto security companies or hardware wallet companies are giving you. So it looks like they're more focused, I believe, on the enterprise level. They want a lot of people connecting and using this as an overall solution for key management, software management, everything that pertains to not just hardware wallets, but to overall crypto management, both on an enterprise level and individual level and anywhere in between. So, and I did open up their GitHub, and true to their word, they are actually giving everything that you want and that they say that they have, their firmware, their app, everything that's been updated. It shows you everything that they're working with. It is fully transparent. It is fully secure as far as I can tell. I haven't gone through every bit of the code, but all of the basic repos here are are public. So scrutinize that as you will. Now, the one thing as far, and again, I don't have this wallet yet. It's being sent to me, and I will be doing an unboxing video soon to kind of give you my overall user experience and how the web app works, how the mobile app works, and all that kind of stuff. But I did want to point out that obviously the key features here are it looks user-friendly. It is open source. It does have significant coin support that a lot of other wallets don't have, mainly because it integrates with a lot of third-party wallets such as like MetaMask, Sparrow Wallet, things like that already have that coin support built in, except now you have the ability to keep your private keys offline, which is actually pretty cool. This is their highest end model. It's the OneKey Touch. As I mentioned, there's a price point of about $249. Check a link down below in the description to see if there's any deals as of when you're watching this video. My link will have the best discounts that are available to anyone, so just make sure and check that out if there are going on at the time of this. So far, my first impression is it looks like fairly comparable to a lot of the other wallets that I've covered, but again, until I get my hands on it and compare it and actually use it with these other wallets, that'll be coming in a short video. Follow-up video once I physically get the device in my hands. But overall, it looks promising. It looks like it's at a fair price point. The coin support, which is really important to a lot of people in terms of features like staking, delegating, doing everything like that on a wallet. You can do that through MetaMask via this API and via this connection. So until I test it, I'm really excited. I mean, it has on the front of this, it looks like it's fairly secure. It looks like there hasn't been a lot of reports of issues with it. And it's just mainly been focused on a different market. So I didn't really want to focus on this until there's been people that have been requesting me, so here we are. So I will be doing a full unboxing review shortly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on the OneKey, let me know down in the comments. I'll research it and get back to you and let you know. Overall, I'm excited to try it out, let you know my honest thoughts and opinions. I mean, I don't have any skin in the game. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, so I'll give you my blunt, honest truth of how it works and what the user experience is like, and we'll kind of go from there. But until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Crypto Renegade out.